Hello students, how are you doing? Welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Ramesh w.r.t. from Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, Gwalior. Today, we are going to study the module WFTGA, TGFI and other organizations' work and roles with respect to tour guides under the paper Tour Guiding Essentials. We bring this course to you as a part of e-Pathshala initiative of the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, to make postgraduate education accessible to all. Discussions during the previous modules has led to a solid foundation in terms of our understanding on managing guiding business, tips and tricks. In this module, we take up another important discussion on WFTGA, TGFI and other organizations' work and roles with respect to tour guides. We will straight away begin with why the various organizations of tour guiding. In this module, we will also discuss about roles and works of WFTGA, TGFI and other organizations and why are these organizations important. As an important discussion, we will also talk about how the overall administration of such organizations is regulating and monitoring the tourism industry. This will be in last part of our discussion in this module. As we know, travel and tourism are one of the largest service sectors globally in terms of its contribution to the economy. It contributes to the gross revenue, earned foreign exchange and creates huge employment opportunities. Over a period of time, travel and tourism have created a niche in the service industry with improved services, standards and motivated by human urge of the new experience, adventure, education and entertainment. People of the Pacific regions are considered as first travelers. They came across thousands of kilometers in small groups and established their lives for the sake of trade and new knowledge. The founder of first tourist company was Thomas Cook. In 1841, he organized the first railway tour for the middle class. Before, such trips were only affordable for the rich class of people. However, it was only a domestic travel without visiting foreign states. The tour lasted for several days and constituted of visiting the iconic places of United Kingdom. Notably, that the Cook's company is still functioning and it is considered as one of the largest in the country. The increasing inflows of tourists all over the world has become a common trend since last 10 years. Tourism has become an undoubtedly a priority area for every country which is having the highest potential for growth in the near future. Indeed, it directly affects the economic performance, creating workplace, developing the related industries and increasing domestic revenues. However, even though there are some potential threats that are affecting the overall prosperity of tourism industry, the sustainable development of tourism is one of the main challenges the World Tourism Organizations are facing. Today, there are over 1 billion tourists and growth is set to continue with emerging new markets. The nature of tourism is unique among industries with selling a product that is not owned by anyone and is shared among many. A fragile product that needs protection, but tourism today operates in a process-driven market where margins are increasingly squeezed. If care is not taken, the quality is dripping down, destination degraded and the opportunities to offer an enriched holiday experience to customers is missed. In such regards, a different and more sustainable approach can offer greater rewards for businesses by benefiting the environment, communities living in destinations, and the tourists simultaneously. When businesses starts to actively care for the destinations and people, they experience creating a real competitive advantage over others. Apart from the problem of sustainable development, the world organizations in the tourism sectors are confronting another critical issue of tourism safety. It is one of the contemporary issues the world organizations are facing. Indeed, in recent times, more and more holidaymakers have become victims of armed conflicts and terrorist attacks. In such horrifying situations, the tourists nowadays are considering their safety at the top of their priorities. Therefore, in such contexts, it has become inevitably imperative in respect to tourism sector to have such organization which would act as mentors by keeping a check on various tourist activities throughout the global by monitoring and regulating them simultaneously. The proper functioning of such organization is directly linked towards the affluence of tour guides and other people in the service industry. Students, let's have a look on various organizations and role with respect to the tour guides. The first one is World Tourism Organization or UNWTO. It is a special United Nations agency which deals with issues of the tourist in all the parts of the world. It was established in the year 1975 with headquarters in Madrid, Spain. The organization consists of 156 member countries. According to UNWTO official website, UNWTO is agreeable about establishing the global code of ethics for tourism in order to achieve maximum possible socio-economic contributions from tourism. It is committed to avoiding the probable negative impacts of the socio-economic contribution, eventually employing tourism as an instrument to achieve sustainable development. Goals that are geared towards eliminating poverty to eventually help achieve sustainable development throughout the world. UNWTO promotes competitive tourism by encouraging sustainable policies that are based on real-time tourism market knowledge. It encourages tourism educations and training by making use of effective instruments and tools with suitable technical assistance in tourism development projects in over 100 countries from around the world. The members of the UNWTO are from 157 countries, 6 associations and 500 affiliates from varied disciplines like private sector, educational institutions, tourism associations and other authorities from local tourism. The General Assembly is the superior management body in these organizations. After that come the Executive Council and the regional commissions. For example, the regional commissions for Europe, Asia and Pacific as well as for North America. They are also organizations which work with few particular regions. Jointly with Regional Commission, UNWTO developed a special program, Tourism Satellite Account Program, which defines the role of particular sector in the economy. Along with that, this mentioned method is used in measuring the contribution into GDP, the number of workplace in this field, scales of investments and many other things. The Tourism Satellite Account Program demonstrated that last year the number of holidaymakers increased by 50 million. According to UNWTO observations, the economic indicators in the sectors have remained stable during 5 years and their sustainable growth is expected in future. In the year 2014, America experienced the greatest inflow of tourists, which rose by 7%. In Europe and the Middle East, the figure has raised by 4%, whereas in Africa, it rose by 2%. The next organization we are going to talk about is World Travel Tourism Council, that is WTTC, in order to promote awareness regarding the contribution of travel and tourism in the overall economic growth, to expand markets in other remote areas and to develop such mechanism which would aid in creating more jobs in tourism industry. A group of travel and tourism CEOs formed the World Travel and Tourism Council. In 1991, The initial intent behind the association of this council was when the CEOs of travel and tourism organizations felt that the contribution of tourism in economic development is not being recognized. WTTC is the only universal body that offers a common platform to start discourses with government organizations by bringing together all chief players in the travel and tourism sectors, maybe the airline, the hotels, the cruise, car rentals, travel agencies, tour operators, GDS and technology. With the chief executive of over 140 of the world's leading travel and tourism companies as its members, WTTC has an exclusive command and overview of all issues concerned to tourism sector by having the chief executive of more than 140 world's leading travel and tourism companies as its members. WTTC promotes corporations between the public and private sectors, delivering outcomes that match the requirements of economies, local and district authorities. In the present era, the government have started recognizing travel and tourism as an topmost priority sector, balancing economies with people, culture and environment. It is a collective pursuit of enduring development and wealth. WTTC works to raise awareness of travel and tourism as one of the world's largest sector, supporting 284 million jobs and creating 9.8% of worldwide GDP. Next, or the third one, is World Federation of Tourist Guide Association, that is WFTGA. It is a non-profit organization, non-political organization which maintains and regulates the tourist guide associations around the world by grouping them together. This tourist guide associations includes individuals as well as their authorities in the tour guiding business. It includes tourism partners from both the WFTGA and its members associations like various educational institutions in tourism and tour guiding, other nodal agencies of the Bureau and various affiliated members who are having either direct or indirect relationship with tourist guides. Its logo indicates the hands of alliance and guidance extended across the globe. In the year 1985, the proposals were put forward in the first International Convention of Tourist Guides to set up an organization which would facilitate the overall functioning of the tour guides by monitoring, regulating and maintaining the database of its members. This is when the World Federation of Tourist Guides Association came in existence. The organization was registered as a non-profit organization after the Second Convention of Vienna in 1987 under the Australian law. The organization was grown up after every international convention held in different parts of the world. At present, the WFTGA has established an international global forum for tourist guides with a well-connected network of professionals, guides representing from more than 70 countries, representing more than 2 lakh individual tourist guides. According to official website of WFTGA, the World Federation of Tourist Guide Association is a body committed and dedicated to establish, sustain and improve contacts with tour guiding associations, tour guides and tourism training institutes worldwide in order to reinforce the professional relationship between the tourist bodies from across the world, to represent and promote professional tour guides in their interests internationally, to improve the image of the tour guiding profession and to promote the use of services of area-specific local tour guides in tourist destinations, to promote universal code of ethics and skills for tour guides, to raise, encourage, integrate and establish state-of-art standards in the tour guiding profession. Today, it is the single global forum for the tourist guides which endures nurturing with the dynamism of tourism sector. The main purpose behind setting up this association is to have a nodal authority to bring a kind of formality in the unorganized sector of tourism at that time. With respect to time, the WFTGA had constantly developed certain norms and rules which aid in bringing the uniformity in the overall process of tour guiding and in the profession of tour guides. Today, it has become possible only due to WFTGA mechanism that tour guiding has been considered as a specialized branch of knowledge and the tour guides are considered as professionals. Right from the very beginning, the prime objective of WFTGA has always centered upon the fact that tour guides must be recognized as the ambassadors of the regions they belong to. The tour guides are considered as the first, sometimes the only representative of the group of visitors they meet for that particular region. By considering so, it encourages the supports to use the only areas-based tourist guides to its member regions. By doing so, on the one hand, it ensures the employment of local tourist guides, and on the other hand, it guarantees that the visitors have precise and proficient services from its affiliates. It enables its members to search and hire area-specific tour guides. It also acts as a link between its members and the other industry partners and undertake various promotional activities worldwide. The Executive Board is responsible for the basic administration and management of WFTGA. The delegates of WFTGA member countries elect the members of the Executive Board for the period of 2 years at each convention. If a person becomes the member of the Executive Council, then the person is required to be completely involved in the functioning of the board with dedication and best of his or her abilities. The members of the executive boards of WFTGA should be actively participating tourist guides in order to become eligible to get recommended. The executive board then appoints various areas representative which would act as a liaison between the existing member countries of WFTGA and the board. Apart from the regular appointments of area representatives, the executive board also inspires new affiliations. However, under the law of WFTGA, both members and the executive councils and area representatives are considered as volunteers to the federations who are constantly giving their time and support in order to attain the overall objectives of the federation. The World Federation of Tourist Guide Association is devoted and dedicated to create link with various visitors, attendants, associations, training organizations and individuals, strengthening the proficient ties with the federation and its members, embody qualified tourist guides universally and to endorse and guard their interest, improve the present conditions of tourism industry and career, and to encourage the practice of zone-specific native tourist guides in all provinces. Simply, the exchange of information amongst the members promote the collective code of morals and integrity globally, rise, create and reassure the uppermost canons of professionalism, advance the global training and refining the eminence of guiding through education and training. Next, let's talk about United Federations of Travel Agents Association, WFTGA. In order to effective coordinations and spread the professionalism amongst travel agents across the globe, the United Federation of Travel Agents Association was established in Rome in November 1966. It was formed after the merger of two large organizations, namely Universal Organization of Travel Agents Association and Federazione Italian Agent FIAV of Italy, located in Monaco, France. The UFTGA aims at promotion and development of tourism related activities worldwide. Its membership includes the Association of Travel Agents and Tour Operators working professionally across the globe. At present, WFTGA constitutes nearly 80 national organizations and more than 33,000 travel agents worldwide as its members. It thoroughly cooperates and works with other organizations and federations for the betterment of tourism and other related services or activities. It works with organizations like IATA, IH and RA, International Hotel and Restaurant Association, etc. WFTGA mainly aims at following aspects: to inspire cooperation between national associations of travel agencies, to homogenize activities and procedures in the industry, to help its association and provide in value-added services, and to negotiate with other bodies for the overall effectiveness, to organize meetings and sessions for such disseminations, to work as a machinery for educations and relaxing bilateral disagreements related to commercial relations which could not be settled cordially between parties. Next organization is Federation of Tourist Guides, FEG. Federation of Tourist Guide is an association of qualified tourist guides in the Europe and is considered as a believer of high values and excellence in holiday business. It is an energetic association of numerous European organizations and assemblies and a contributor or spectator in the key European mediums. The present members of the Federation Guide Association are Austria, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Russia, Spain, Sweden and the United Kingdom. However, its other associate members are Albania, Estonia, Hungary, Iceland, Latvia, Luxembourg, Poland, Slovenia and Ukraine. FEG knows where to go and whom to speak to about tourist guiding issues. It is the expert travelers guides organizations in Europe. It is appreciated and it is consulted. It was founded in the year 1986. It was founded to publicize and improve the service quality offered to all the visitors who are traveling to Europe, to reinforce and bring together specialized tourist guiding associations across Europe to present the profession of a tour guide at European level. Following are its prime purposes: to offer know-how where wanted, to guarantee that the tourist guide's part is understood and encouraged, to talk about the tourist guides on issues such as equivalence of professional qualifications, standards in tourist guiding and tourist guiding training, to attain a mutual approach on professional issues by understanding the requirements and demands of industry and consumers and what they are expecting about the expert tourist guides in Europe, to provide the prospects for the association and individual interaction through its conferences, meetings and summits. Next is Tourist Guide Federation of India, TGFI. Tourist Guide Federation of India was formed after immense prevailing in 1996 Regional Level Guide Association on a common platform and deliberated to constitute a national body which would undertake the required actions for the mutual interest of the tour guides in the various provinces of the country. The basic objective before constituting such federation at the national level is to have an established organization specifically deals and represents the interest of Indian government in tourism and related sector. Today, Tourist Guide Federations of India includes more than 15,000 working professionals and its full-time members, representing it across the subcontinent and the globe. Following are the prime objectives and aims of the Tourist Guide Federation of India. The first one is to endorse countrywide incorporations, well-being and benevolence, to adopt all the actions which are required for sponsoring, inspiring and supporting the expansion of tourism throughout the country, and to take initiatives to protect the well-being of the tourism trade in all respects. To interconnect with chambers of commerce and merchants and civic figures in India, government divisions or committees, International Air Transport Association and various overseas and local associations and businesses, corporations and concerns, and promote measures in the interest of the travel and trade, nominate members to act on them, to inspire and encourage social feelings among the tour operators and travel agents on all topics connecting the mutual upright and profit, to try to cordially settle down all the disagreements of their associations and federations, to protect the interest of the members of the Tourist Guide Federation of India from the malpractices of foreign tour operators, to set up and maintain high ethical standards in the industry, to undertake such welfare activities which the members cannot undertake individually, to get affiliation with the similar organization in other countries. Students, till now you must have realized how important it is to know about the organizations. Today, the tourism industry is one of the highest gossiping sectors, which is being considered as prominent and highest employment providing sector in the near future. With increasing per capita income of people, their standards of living and also raised than before, now people spend their hard-earned money in entertainment and tourism activities. From last decade, the tourism activities have increased by 3 times globally. Every year, millions of people went to different places in order to explore new things. With increased tourist migrations around the globe, also imposed various challenges in the tourism sector. Today, the World Tourism Organizations are facing the problems of sustainable tourism and terrorism. Both of them are considered as a hindrance in the overall expansion of the tourism. That is where such tourism organizations, federations, councils play a significant role. They act as regulators, mediators, and sometimes as negotiators as well between the government of the different countries and the private businesses in the sector. By doing so, they maintain the efficiency in the sector, which specifically focuses on holistic development of each and every individual and businesses concerned with the tourism sector, by considering the motives of the tourist as the topmost priority. In the next session, we will talk about the visitor interpretation concept, type of visitor interpretations. Thanks and happy learning.